Kiboy, the camp of controversial religious leaders said that the two should face each other in court instead. Quiboloy's lawyer, attorney Ferdinand Topacio, claimed that Hontiveros is engaging in deception and harassment against the pastor. Topacio likewise implied that Hontiveros' concern for women may be selective. He notes that there is apparent pressure on Quiboloy and SMNI in the upper house, and so he suggests that the matter should be taken to court instead.
Bakit dinala mo sa teritoryo mo? Magulang ka. Dalhin mo sa hukuman, dyan namin sasagutin kung saan ang technical rules of evidence are applicable, kung saan may due process, kung saan may right na magsalita ang counsel. Bakit sa Senado? May binabala kang masama.
Hontiveros is also set to write to the DOJ, requesting the issuance of a lookout bulletin order to prevent the pastor from leaving the country. For their part, the DOJ is waiting on this request of the senator. At present, there are two pending appeals against Kiboy, one for libel, another for rape and qualified trafficking. Piston condemns Marcos' decision not to extend the December 31 deadline for PUV consolidation of jeepney operators. Speaking on the big story, Piston National President Modi Floranda questioned the basis of Marcos' pronouncement. Floranda also refuted Marcos' claim that 70% of all operators have committed to consolidate under the PUV modernization program. The Piston president cited the LTFRB and DOTR in saying that only 26% of jeepney drivers have been able to comply with the modernization. Floranda likewise asserted that their opposition to the PUV modernization is not against the concept itself. They say they are questioning the flawed approach and are criticizing the need to purchase expensive vehicles. Piston had earlier announced a strike for December 14 and 15 in protest of the consolidation. The group is also planning to question the legality of the PUV modernization program before the Supreme Court.
Ang sinasabi natin ay wala naman tayong tutol sa pinang modernization. Ang linalabanan lang po natin dito yung maling mandana ng modernization na bakit natin kailangan bumili ng ubod ng mga mamahalin ng mga sasakyan at bakit natin kailangan magbuo ng corporation o magbuo ng kooperatiba. Kung ang layunin lamang po ng gobyerno ay para ayusin ang muda ng ating public transport.
House Speaker Martin Romualdez says lawmakers are eyeing another pitch for constitutional amendments next year. Romualdez expressed hope that the House can revisit charter change in 2024 to amend restrictive economic provisions in the 1987 Constitution. He also sees 2024 as an opportune time to review the 1987 Constitution, having already passed all priority measures outlined by President Marcos in his July 2022 SONA. The Speaker first raised the idea of amending the 1987 Constitution last September, before CEOs gathered at an event organized by the Philippine Constitution Association. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. One expert suggests that the Philippines seek leverage over China amid heightened tensions in the West Philippine Sea. In an interview on The Big Story, retired AFP Rear Admiral Romel Jude Ong admits that the Philippines cannot go up against China one-on-one. Ong says the country can upgrade its military capabilities and partner with like-minded nations if it wants to push back against China. But he also proposes spotting China's vulnerabilities and seeking leverage over Beijing. Ong suggests looking into possible economic sanctions in areas like trade.
For example, question, Chinese maritime traffic or Chinese commercial maritime traffic passes through the Philippine archipelago. How do we leverage that fact? Okay? Kasi ang katapat nun, yung energy and food security natin yung tinatamaan pag-encroach nila sa ating exclusive economic zone. Second, consideration, we are the number 2 source of nickel of China. How do we leverage that? Okay. That issue. So we need to look at levers na we can use to our advantage outside of yung military confrontation.
Senate President Mig Zubiri says that the Senate's ratified 2024 budget included institutional amendments to boost the country's defense in the West Philippine Sea. Zubiri says that the ratified national budget included almost 10.5 billion pesos in additional budget to upgrade the country's defense capabilities and enhance presence in the disputed waters. These funds are distributed to concerned agencies, including the Defense Department for the AFP and Navy, the Coast Guard, the National Intelligence Coordinating Council, and the Environment Department. Zubiri adds that these funds will be used for the purchase of additional patrol ships and other defense equipment. Let's now take a quick look at other stories we're watching. Quezon City has raised the red alert status for COVID-19 after COVID-19 cases in the city more than doubled earlier this month from weeks before. The city government says it won't be mandating face masks, but they are advising the public to follow minimum health standards. Science and Technology Secretary Renato Solidum warns that around 65 provinces in the country are likely to be hit by severe drought by the first half of 2024. Solidum likens the prevailing El Nino to the 1997 to 1998 event, the worst experienced by the country. And President Bongbong Marcos declares December 26 a special non-working day nationwide to give families more time to bond and encourage domestic tourism. Marcos has ordered concerned agencies to issue a circular to implement the proclamation for the private sector. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again at 11:15 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.